All right, let's have a go at the next one, which is 10b from exercise 19.04. And the question says, explain whether it's possible to have a regular polygon with an exterior angle of 155 degrees. So the question is, if it was possible, well, how many sides would it have? So the thing to do here is to find the equation. So we've got the equation. So the interior angle, now so we're doing an interior angle, is equal to n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So let's give it a go. And I think the thing to do here is to give it a guess. Let's say n was 15, yeah? Would that have an angle of about 155? So let's try 15. So 15, so it's going to be 15 minus 2 times 180 divided by 15. And what would that give us? Let's see what that is. So that's 15 minus 2, what that is, times 180. And we're just going to divide that by 15. And that would be 156. So if it was a 15-side shape, it would have an angle of 156. But we don't want 156, we want 155. Okay, so that was too big. In other words, the number of sides was too many. Let's try it with a slightly smaller number of sides. Let's try 14 sides. So let's go interior angle equals, let's try again, interior angle equals n minus 2 times 180 over n, and this time we're going to give it 14 sides, so 14 minus 2 times 180 over 14. Well, let's see what that does for us. So we've got 14 minus 2, which is, of course, 12 times 180 divided by 14, and that gives us 154.2. So that's 154.2. Oh, now, so this was 156 degrees. This is 154.2 degrees. So it's going to be in between 15 sides and 14 sides. So straight away we know the answer can't be that. So it can't be something that has a number of angles, something in between 14 and 15 sides. So what we've done here is a guess and check. Or what we can call a trial and error, if you like. We were sure it was going to be something close to about 10 or 12 or 15. So we throw a number and we see what side had 15 sides. What internal angle would that give us? Well, it gives us 156. But 156 is too big. We were told it had to have 155, yeah? So 15 is too big. Let's say it has less sides. What side has 14 sides? We throw in 14. Oh, we get 154.2 degrees. Well, 154 is too small. So it's going to be in between 14 and 15 sides. So that tells us that it can't be an actual integer. So it can't be something like 15 or 16 or 13 or 12 sides. So the answer is no, it can't have that. It can't have that many sides. Now, there is another way of calculating this, and I'll show you what that is right now, just in case you were interested. So I'll do this on a different sheet of paper. Let's see how much time I've taken up here. 4 minutes. I'll do it quickly on another sheet. Here we go. This is what you'd have to do. So if you were really, really mathematically inclined and you wanted to give this a go, you could solve. So you could say the internal angle is equal to, and by the way, you do not need to know how to do this right now. Yeah, this would not be the way which I think you would do this. So we're going to go for 155. So we're going to find what would it be to be 155 degrees. We don't know what n is, times 180 over n. We don't know what that is. So I'm going to expand this out. So I'm going to go 155 is equal to, well, 180 times n is 180n, and 180 times negative 2 is negative 360, all over n. So I want to get rid of this n. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator. I'm going to multiply all of this by n, and I'm going to multiply all of this by n. And the reason I'm doing that is because n divided by n is 1. So now the denominator's disappeared here. Of course, 155 times n is going to be 155. n is equal to, and I've got 180 n minus 360. In fact, I'm going to rewrite this the other way around. I'm going to say 180 n minus 360 is equal to 155 n. Now, I want to get rid of the 360. I want all the unknowns on the left side and all the known things on the right side. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get rid of the negative 360 by adding 360 to both sides. There we are. 360 and negative 360 is 0, so I'm left with 180 n is equal to 155 n plus 360. Now I'm going to subtract 155 n from both sides. 155 n minus 155 n is 0. So I've got 155 n minus 180 minus 155 n. Well, 180 minus 155 is 25. So I've got 25n is equal to 360. So if I now divide both sides by 25, n is going to be my answer. This is going to be the number of sides it would actually be. And if we took 360 divided by 25, here we are, the answer would be 14.4. So it would need to have 14.4 sides. And of course, it must be an integer. It must be like 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 or 15. It can't be 14 and a bit sides. So the answer is no, it can't exist. It can't be a regular polygon and have an interior angle of 155, because if it did, the equation tells us that it would have to have 14.4 sides. Well, it has to have an integer number. It has to have an actual whole number of sides. So the answer is no. It can't have an interior angle of 155 degrees.